Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Loud neighbor downstairs, they're supporting us. Today is a warm day. We have only one video to do today. Lastly, before we even start, we're enjoying the warm weather today. I want you guys to watch the. I want you guys to see the amazing weather. Hello. We have this. Because tomorrow and for the next 4 days is gonna be complete caca. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, okay. So I press pause. Okay, so we still in the tournament. I have to be paying attention to this. We're gonna be doing a long video. We're gonna be reacting to season 9 of Trailer Park Boys. Now I'm gonna give you my full my. It's really warm outside, so tomorrow this is my last day out, which sucks. I say I'm gonna be good because this weather has been crazy. It's Canadian weather. Either it's been way too warm or way too cold. So season 9, gotta say season 8 was okay. It was decent. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. Season 9 was a complete piece of junk. I hated it. To me, it wasn't that interesting. To me, it's kind of odds. However, the whole thing. Frig off. So what I was trying to say before I was interrupted was, and again, it's a shared space. But look at how loud I'm talking, and I'm being respectful. You know. You're gonna wait until a couple of seconds, because this wakes me up. And the worst thing is, it's from Monday to Friday, from like 9 in the morning to 10 p.m. And the weekend they stay in because they don't want to get in trouble. No, it sucks. Wait, enough complaining. Season 9 wasn't great, to be completely honest. There's some bad news, there's some good news. There's a lot to talk about before we even start. One of the first things I would like to talk about is the fact that season 8 was having more problem. I was going through something of a bad past. Now we got a really good news today. I owed money to the government. The government said no, it was our mistake. You're not gonna owe money. That's a very short version of it. It's not a long version. I'm not gonna give you the long version of it. So season 9, because I was in a better mood, I was able to enjoy it more. Now the truth, I started watching because so I don't know. The later season, they're more bingeable. I think they're more bingeable. I'm gonna be season 8 and season 9. They have this general ID, right? They have this very general ID, and it's not the same thing over and over, but they're following each other. So it's easier to follow than a season 1, season 2, where each and every single one episode is a experience. It's an experience. I don't know. It's just fun. Okay. So now, okay. What did I do? I swear to God, I press button without even knowing. I'm like my parents. So season 9, completely nightmare. Season 10, I gotta say, we just started it. I'm at the episode where Snoop Dogg's come in, and it's really good. Okay. Is it really good? It's okay. I mean, it's not season 4, season 5. There's really a drop of quality. However, it's better than season 9. So, we're gonna go with season 9 right away. You don't mind? I don't mind either. Cool. By the way, I wasn't sure how many seasons there is. There is 12 seasons. So last time on Trailer Park Boys, I'm so sorry. I have this pimple behind my ears, and you know when a pimple you think it's about to pop, but it's not about to pop. That's what's going on. So season 8 at the end, we had the whole honey oil deal. We had the 50% of the park. Leahy fucked over everybody. Everybody wanted to kill Leahy. Leahy got released. So now Leahy and Barbara are back together, and this is a really fun part. Because a lot of the writing of Trailer Park Boy is a bit weak. But it's not the problem is not that it's weak. The problem is it doesn't continue. So, for example, you're introducing something to not have something. A big part of season 8 is Jim and Bar. There's no Jim and Bar here. There isn't. However, in season 10 they redo it. So I think they had a lot of complaint for season 9. I really think that they had a lot of complaint and then they fix it. However, one thing that they did well was at the end, Randy and Leahy weren't together. So now the fact that Randy and Leahy and Barbara together kind of makes sense. Now, I want to show you something, which is the intro of season 9. This is really important.
Jim Leahy. And I'm Barbara Leahy. Take time to stop and smell the flowers. At Sunnyvale Villas Retirement Community.
Look at the poster. Look at the poster.
55, and you're looking for a relaxing, stress-free lifestyle.
Look at the poster. It's Leahy having a drink. Just had a drink. So the fun thing about this is they introduced Sunnyvale Villa, which is a retirement home. The fun thing with this was this is you got a perfect tale of what's happened in between the two seasons, 8 and 9. You got Bubbles in there with his Bubble Shack.
Come make Sunnyvale Villas your semi-inclusive retirement paradise.
Enjoy 3.5-star dining.
That's fucking nice.
Chef Bubbles.
As well as numerous activities to keep you active. And
So you've seen Corey, you've seen Bubbles, which is really freaking nice. So basically, what you do is, and even then, you introduce Colonel Dancer. I know it's a colonel, but still.
Retired SAS officer and highly decorated war hero, Colonel Leslie Dancer.
Private Dancer.
Settle in at the end of the silver rainbow.
Join us at Sunnyvale Villas Retirement Community. Old people.
So you see this, why it's so good is because this is how you do a proper intro. Don't tell me what happened, don't tell me this happened when you were gone. Show it to me. So because they show it to me, they're showing Sunnyvale and how much it changed. It's showing that it's a retirement home, and it's showing that Leahy and Barbs are right here. They also show that Leslie Dancer is part of it. And they also show that Bubble is part of it. Now they didn't show T and Sarah, but they're also part of it. It is to show how much Sunnyvale has changed. So see, oh, fuck, it's too warm. It's too warm. It's gonna be losing a lot of the magic of the sunset. I'm gonna get something very cold. I'm gonna show you something I did. It's actually really smart. So what we do is we do this behind the phone, so the phone gets cold really quickly, and then I can continue filming because the weather is so warm I can't film. So while it's doing, you're gonna be hearing me tap some stuff. We're playing a game called The Tower. They have a tournament today. Taking care of business. I'm taking care of business. So it's really cool because you see how Sunnyvale has changed. But you're introducing so many things. So, for example, you know that Jim Leahy has been easily defeated by the boys. You know that he's been defeated once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. He's technically being beaten 12 times. No, 9 times because it's 9th season, right? But this is so cool. This is a turkey patty, a porte à dinde, which is super Canadian. If you're French Canadian, you know what I'm talking about. Porte à dinde. So yeah, so you're introducing all of it. See, some of the magic of the old season was the fact that, okay, so this season happened, we had some fun, we had some event. Now, how does this season continue? So the season continue with what? The season continue with a intro. The boys spent some time in jail. What changed? Now, this is exactly that. This is exactly in the mentality of we just spend some time in jail, the park changed. Here's how. Instead of telling us how it changed, usually what they do is there's bubble that's in there and that's telling us this is another cool way of saying, hey, this changed. And also, it's a more original way than just Bubble, because once again, Bubble is one of our favorite characters, but he is an unreliable. I thought about this in the previous video, in the previous season. Look at this. I'm losing the best of the freaking. Ooh, that sucks. It's okay. This is gonna be super cold. Give me a couple seconds. Already, this is pretty cold. Dude, this is magical. What? No way. This is magical. Dude, this is magical. This is incredible. Why? Well, just because... Sorry, the phone got hot. Just because the phone will get hot. And this is something I thought about today. So this is actually pretty smart. Because I was cleaning the apartment and I was saying, got a lot of food in your freezer that's burned. Completely freezer burns. We're gonna do it. I was like, hey, let's use it for... I want to get some of the... There you go. We're having a tournament. We have to do good. So Bubble being a reliable narrator. Oh, you have a ton of food that you're gonna throw away in the freezer. Why don't you use it for? And what can I use it for? And I use it for this, right? Bubble is an unreliable character because he doesn't want to hurt Ricky and Julian's feeling. And Bubble, without lying, will hide some things. For example, if the situation is really bad, you're gonna hide it. Versus a ad which shows the good side, right? And there's no bad side. Leahy isn't drinking. Leahy and Randy aren't together. And that's the craziest thing. They only showed Leahy and Barb together in season 7. So that's kind of crazy. We have another scene that's super important. We see Leahy and Barb together, right? Now, it's complex because you would see the ads and you would think that they're together. But a lot of people will lie and say, hey, everything is okay. Come to visit us. Come here, come here, come here. And it's not true. Paying attention. I'm going to put this a bit that way we see the entire thing. There you go. There you go. Okay. So, we got Randy coming in. Which is super funny because they have a yoga. It's just taking care of stuff. But, and you see, this is kind of like a nice little problem. Because although it's I told you, I'm in a better mood today because of the news from the government. So, I'm going to try to defend this season as much as I can. It's nice because you see what's going on in the park. For example, we know that Leahy is with Barb. How does Randy feel about it? Is Randy chill with it? Is Randy not chill with it? What do you think about it? So now, you got Ricky coming back. Ricky, we learned at the end of the seaon, would be with Lucy. Lucy take him back. So he took some lessons here. He took a gardening lesson. It doesn't really play in the. It doesn't really play in the. It doesn't really play in the whole thing. It doesn't really play in the fact that, oh my god, it's so complex. It's so fucking complex. Did I skip something in season 8? Did I skip the birth of Mo? Oh my god, did I skip the birth of Mo? Wait a second. Did I skip the birth of Mo? Wait a second. Oh my god. Oh my god. If I skip this is huge. No, I didn't skip it. Thank god. So it's anointed liquor. Good. Ooh. Because I've been watching season after season. They're easy to watch. They're bingeable. They're more bingeable than the Netflix than the old time. When you binge them, then you forget stuff. Forgetting Trinity Soul thing is kind of my thing because I'm ADHD, but it's a big part. So he took some course, and he has a job. Julian is happy to be back. He made some cash in. You got T, and this is so fucking cool. Because T wasn't the most important character. This T is on our side. We like T. We love T because, again, he's not part of the main boys, which is Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. However, he's close to all of them, and I wouldn't call him a B character. I would call him like really close to the plot, right? And in this one, T has a lot of time. T has a lot of time, has a lot of screen time, but it's not necessarily as much as I want. So, for example, a character like T gave me more a scene where you discover who he is. We had TC season one. Who is T? We don't know. Even Lucy, we didn't get a lot from her. We didn't get a lot from Lucy. We didn't get a lot from Sarah. We didn't get a lot from Trinity. The craziest thing is I think we got more out of Jacob than Trinity. So T, he tells us what happened. He has his own business. You got Bubble with his business, which is kind of cool because you got two of the characters that we like showing up. What is theirs? We have our first introduction to Private Dancer, which he searched for alcohol. So there's zero tolerance for alcohol, which kind of sucks. We got Bubbles with problems. So Bubble because of his problem, and this I really, 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 really like. So see Bubbles, because he had a more stable job, right? And because he had money from the boys, Bubble was able to buy some stuff for his shed. However, he buys Eon, and he didn't think about it's like don't fucking pay a cent of it until 6 months. So he bought, and now his monthly payments are crazy. So why is that cool? Why is that a good scene? Well, because it kind of tells us that it's complex. It's complex. I suppose spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler. I'm gonna talk about it in a couple minutes. They closed Julian's bar. Now, this is a cool thing. Again, I'm so against it, but I'm in a good mood today. Guys, I had a bill of 13,000. The government, I owe the government 13,000, and today they said it's our mistake. We apologize. I don't have to pay it, so it's huge, bro. It's huge. So of course I'm gonna defend something, and of course I'm in a better mood. With Julian Barr, would I prefer that Julian Barr stayed? Yes, because we spent so much time building it. However, the way to put it is kind of cool. The bar was getting dry, no alcohol. So what is the bar doing, right? Also, kind of the problem with season 8 and season 9 was SwearNet took a risk and created itself. They knew that Cheddar Power Bar was going to be successful. They just didn't know how successful it was going to get. So there was promises of season 8, but there was no promises of season 9. There was no promises. Now season 9, what I think happened was because it was so popular. I think it was renewed because season 10 is way better. Season 10 is way better. Although I didn't finish with season 10. Season 10 is better, but there's so many things that I don't like. For example, Tom Arnold is way too much there. They're relying way too much on celebrities, Snoop Dogg, Jimmy Kimmel, Tom Arnold, the chef guy, J-Rock accent. So this I don't like as much. So then we see the whole park, how it changed, right? We see that Bubble has a lot of payment, and because he does have a lot of payment, he has problems. Now the cool thing is, J-Rock comes in, and J-Rock has music. And then the Colonel comes in, and I'm kind of doing scene by scene here. I think that's the only way I can do it. I wish I knew them more, but I would have to watch them 4 or 5 times more. The problem with Trailer Park Boys, the old one, because I watched them, I used to be so addicted. I would watch the whole show, and then finish the show, and then restart it. So from season 1 to 7, the first movie, this is, I swear, I wish I was joking. I watched it once in English, didn't take a break, watched it in French, and then watched it with commentary. So yeah, so it was kind of crazy. But this is just how much I love Trailer Park Boys. I would have to do that, and I don't want to do it. I'm not that guy anymore. I love it, but I'm not that guy. So I don't think I could learn these later season better than I know the earlier season. So we have Colonel getting in a fight with J-Rock. And the cool thing is J-Rock does stand up to him. The cool thing is that Bubble stopped him. So we know that he's a problem. We know that we're fighting with the boys. He is fighting with the boys, and Bubble's like, yo, this guy's dangerous, right? It establishes him as a bigger threat. Now, why is that a good thing? Because again, I think we fought Leahy. We fought Randy. We won against Leahy. We won against Randy. So if you're coming in and you tell me, hey, these characters, yes, they're fighting together, and one side is constantly winning, why fight again? it's gonna be the same thing. But if you introduce a character like Leslie Dancer, okay, well the odds are changing. Because the odds are changing, there's more chances for you to be like, yo, kind of a bad position, you know? So yeah. So you got Trin. Trin, she's super pregnant. Now this is very, very cool. If this is the plan writing wise, this is so fucking smart. So in season 8, you announce that Trinity is pregnant, right? And in season 9, she is very pregnant. So you didn't skip a moment with, you didn't skip a moment. Actively speaking, is actually quite smart. You didn't skip a moment of the pregnancy, right? You didn't skip. Well, you skipped the pregnancy technically, so you didn't skip the birth, which is super. We want to see as fans, but also you don't have to. So if they were doing season 9, so I don't know when a woman can tell she's pregnant, right? If it's 3 months or 4 months, I don't know. But it's really early on, and then season 9 doesn't have to be 5 months. You can say, well, she's really pregnant, and you can say she's due anytime now. So if she's due at episode 3, there's a reason for that. If she's due at episode 4, there's a reason for that. She's almost ready, right? Dude, the fucking whole day. I'm playing with my hair a lot because they look like shit. I would like to cut them, but I'm using them to hide music. I'm a bad boy. We got Corey. Corey involvement in the season 9. It's constantly back and forth. You give Corey some interesting tasks. You give Corey a advancement in the story. Like, oh, the boys are trusting him more and more. But he keeps on fucking up, which is funny. We have Donna. Now the problem with Donna, I'm gonna be complaining about Donna. Do I like Donna as a character? I'm indifferent to her. To me, she's cool, but she's not that cool. Like, I can have an episode without Donna. I'm gonna say, where was Donna? However, when she's there, I'm like, oh, cool. My only problem is, you introduced Dawn, and Dawn was kind of important, and now you just have Donna. So where's Dawn? Where's Dawn? Why did you introduce me as Dawn and Donna, but only for Dawn? Why? There's no purpose. And the problem also with Trailer Park Boys is they don't talk about it. Why is he not Dawn? There's no talk about it. And that sucks. So Randy come back to Donna. But the funny thing is, in the opening scene of Trailer Park Boys season 9, you got Randy being attracted to Leahy. So what happening there? Randy spent some time talking about how he has a bitching mohawk. The J-Rock, the rock pile, they come and get Julian, and now he's announcing bad news to Julian. For example, he spent a lot of the money into this party boss. This party boss is not making a lot of money, it is a piece of shit, right? And now he's mad at, oh, you see, phone is too hot. I don't care, as long as I can film. See, I don't mind the phone being too hot, as long as it's cooling down. The problem with this is, we're constantly filming. So the truth is because we're filming too, so the phone gets more hot. Even if it's hot, if you only have one application open, it will not go, it won't close. Now that we're filming twice, that is a problem. And the turkey patty is gonna take this couple minutes, it'll be good. The problem was, I was spending more time refreshing the phone than actually filming outside, so what's the point? So here, we got Julian, who's bad at both Bubbles and J-Rock. At the same time, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Bubbles being a unreliable narrative. He didn't tell Julian how fucked things are. We got Ricky, and the craziest thing about Ricky is he comes in and becomes his family. You got to fight with George. George, I wish there was more about it. I wish there was more, because George kind of fucked him up. However, George has a gun and say, if you fuck with me, I'll fuck you back. Which is a cool thing. There is a confrontation because he fucked him over, but it's so little that's like pointless. Why bring something if it's only gonna last a couple seconds? And it's not really a problem. It's more so like ending a closure of them two. They don't like each other, but it's more. It should be more than that. It should be more than that. Even at the end, we got George that shakes. They kind of make peace. It's like, I know she doesn't like me. I know she loves you. So there it is. Now I'll be completely honest. I'm not a big fan of Lucy because of what she did behind the scene. You guys know the whole thing. She tried to say that Mike Smith, which is Bubble, R-word her, which is not true. And she did that to another guy, which wasn't true either. So piece of shit. Fuck you, Lucy Decoutier. However, Oh yeah, you see? Ooh. Let me show you. This is nice. This is nice. Look at this. Oh, look at this. This is nice. This is really tight. This is really tight and nice. Is that cold enough? It is. It is. Now, we usually make a mistake, and the mistake is we film it from that side, but because we film it from that side, I'm kind of filming. I'm kind of filming the wall, so I have to make it. I have to make sure that I don't film the wall. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch the phone size. That way, the camera is more so at the exterior, and I'm gonna be checking it out. So Lucy and Ricky, my problem with those two, it was always the same thing. Always, oh, we're not together, we're fighting. Look at this, guys. What a nice nature porn. Nature porn. It was a lot of Lucy and Ricky fighting. And to me, it doesn't matter, but if you don't belong together, like for example, I hate talking about this, but season 2, Sarah and Ricky would fight. They would have disagreements like, hey, can you spend time with your girlfriend, please? And Ricky's like, you're right, you're right. I like that way more than constantly fighting. And season 10, they fix that. So they fix that, and they're fighting, but they're staying together. Season 10, season 9, season 10, they're together. Season 8, there's some romance there, but nothing too serious. We're about to die for the tournament, and we're at 422. So that's actually pretty freaking good. Why? Usually we do 300 something. This is gonna be a problem, but this lasts longer, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, so we see that they have problems, they're still together, which we love. Plus, they're kind of grandparents. So I love the fact that the whole season 9 Ricky. Okay, I think it's complex. I think, well, it's complex but not complex. I think that season 1 to 7, Ricky is trying to be a good father. Ricky's trying to be a good father, which means coming back to Lucy. Whenever he said, I want to get back with Lucy, we want to take care of Trinity. Now, that Trinity is a bit older and she can take care of herself. It's not as much of a problem. So, him getting back with Lucy isn't dependent on the fact that Trinity is there. He doesn't have to, it's the relationship. When you're older, your relationship with your parents change. The relationship between Trinity and Ricky changed. Of course, he loved her that much, and it's so fucking funny because even in the podcast, she calls him dad, right? She calls him dad, which is really sweet. I love Trin, and I'll say this: I'm not the biggest fan of Jacob. I think he's not an interesting character, but he's a good boyfriend. He is a good boyfriend, so congrats, Jacob. So because Trinity is older, it's not like, hey, let's make things work for Trinity. There's a lot of scene, and although there's a lot of cool scene with Lucy actually is not that bad in the in the showcase day, so season 1 to 7. There's a lot of moments where she doesn't talk, but for example, she had a fight with Ricky, and then she'll look at Trinity and she'll make it up, which kind of implies that he's the father of my daughter, right? And even when they fight, I think it's during the Identification in Biz jog. So this is oh man, this is so sweet. But I'm jumping from season 3 to season 10, not season 9, season 10. There's this fighting because Leahy makes fun of Ray because it's a dump. And then Sarah makes fun of Ricky, said, this is the father of your kids. And Lucy's like, I know. And then in season 10, he's fucking up. And then she gets so mad. And then Sarah's like, don't let him in. Don't let him in the house. And Lucy's like, I know he's fucking up, but he's trying. So I actually really like that. I'm trying to say, right, in a long term, taking some side tangent, I don't mind Lucy and Ricky fighting. What I mind is the fighting, the breakup, the making up. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Give me scenes where yes, they're fighting, but they make it up, right? Not we broke up and now we know we're together. Because that sucks. That sucks. Thank God I checked. Thank God I fucking checked. I made a big blunder, guys. We stopped the recording. We only lost 40 seconds. Am I gonna complain about that? Not really. So season 9. I don't have to talk about it because I'm such in a good mood. So we have June come back to the park, right? And him talking with Leahy and Leslie Dancer. Now the fun thing is because there's no drink, June is like, hey, if you want me to in the park, there needs to be alcohol. There needs to be alcohol there. So Leahy's like, yo, I really like Julian, so I'm willing to make an effort. But Leslie is back there and saying, no, don't do it. So then it's kind of it's really fun because you got a scene where Leahy hates Ricky. He has this weird attraction to Julian, but there's not a lot of scene where Leahy actually goes against Julian, right? So in this scene, Julian is basically asking him, hey, they got closer drinks in season 8 also. Julian is basically saying, hey, you gotta choose. Can I go in or not? You want me in or not? And this time, what is important is not with Ricky. So it's not like, hey, allow me to have Ricky or here. Now at the end of the season, I'll say that. I'll say, you fuck up the day you wouldn't let Ricky in. And I love that. But for now, it's just Julian. Julian does something good. Now, something that's being told that I didn't say, because it's not that important, but right away it is that Julian, while in prison, Julian always do some reading, right? And this time, Julian has been reading about reverse psychology, right? So when Leahy makes problem, Julian, instead of being confrontational, so when Leahy's being confrontational, instead of being confrontational back, he's acting calm. So fuck you, Leahy. Instead of saying, if Leahy would say fuck you, Julian, instead of saying fuck you, Leahy back, he just say, okay. Why does he do that? Because he wants Leahy to think that he has the upper hand. Long story short, so then Leslie's like, yo, this guy isn't a big deal, right? He isn't a big deal, but this is how it works. Leahy warned Leslie, the private dancer, about Ricky and Julian, and now Leslie just met Julian, and Julian wasn't a big deal. So like, why did she tell me that it was a big deal? And Leahy's like, I don't know. And then Leahy looks crazy. That's good. We got Sarah who tells Julian that his bar has become a place of massages, which is the title of the thing. Why the fuck is my trailer pink? Right, which I love. And the nicest thing that I found here is that Julian talks to T, like, T, what the fuck did you do? And it wasn't T's fault, it was Barbara's fault, and it was Sarah's fault. It's really cool. It's really cool because, okay, we just died here. We're in rank 3, which is okay. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Give me a sec, I have to do a couple of things. I'll do them tomorrow though, but right now we're just a little bit. Hey there, nice to meet ya. One worship, great, super simple. Okay, let's do health. Let's do health. That's good. Do we have this? Is that it? Oh, I have to do this. Okay, quests, and we'll do this. Okay, so this scene is actually really well made. So Barbara, Julian kind of had a little thing with Barbara going on. So he feels betrayed, and he should feel betrayed because Barbara kind of went out with Leahy. Fuck Julian, right? Oh, rank 6. What? Sword did better than Shield. No, Shield did better than Sword. What in the heck? By a lot. What in the heck? It's not good. This isn't good. Okay, so now, because this playthrough died, I have to do something. Change one skin. Buy one workshop. Okay, that's super simple. We'll do this. We're gonna do this, change skin. It's not that bad, right? Qu'est-ce que demandé le gros? Comprends-tu, man? Gros. Out of time. Big. I shouldn't be making fun of people. It's just entertaining because, again, it's part of my... I'm kind of home right now, right? Like when your neighbors are fighting, you have some popcorn. Like, well, I don't like this show, but let's watch it. So Barb was kind of with Julian. Sarah was doing a lot for the bar. So Julian made her VP of production, something. VP of something. So it's like, Sarah, you kind of fucked me over, right? You know that. And so it's kind of feeling betrayed, but betrayed by more than one person. So then we got Barbara talking about how her chakra aren't aligned. Barbara in this season is interesting. It's all about figuring out herself. So we got Ricky, and right away Ricky is being told, no, you're not gonna stay here. You're not gonna stay here. Now the kind of the important part with Ricky not gonna stay there is that Ricky brings Lucy, Trin, and Jacob. Lucy, Trin, and Jacob would have access to the park. Why is that important? Well, this is a big plot of season 9. So Trin, she's gonna have the baby very soon, very very soon. We're talking about, well, it's complex because we're talking about episode, but we're also talking about time. She's next to her due date. So Trin, she needs a proper place to stay. The park would have been a good place to stay. However, it isn't, because that's not the case right now. So it is, okay, well, what should we do? What are we supposed to do? This is actually quite important. And that's pretty much it. We got Ricky, who finally lives next to the park. He's chilling with Bubbles and Julian. We have the death of Orangey, right? And the death of Orangey, although it's not super important, it's not super cool, it does serve a purpose, because, like, this is Ricky coming to term with something that's dead, right? It kind of like a problem with, it's complex. A problem that people had with Don't Legalize It, which happened before season 9. Ricky lost Ray, and Ricky was a tough cookie, but they didn't really do a good job at showing that Ricky was missing Ray. So Orangey is kind of a way to repair that. Season 9, episode 2. A stable environment. Now this is funny because a stable environment is living in a stable. This is kind of funny. So we have the boys that are waking up. We have Leslie, who's taking care of Ricky. Ricky burns his cock pissing on the fence. Is it super funny? No. Is it Trailer Park Boy-ish? Yes. This is Trailer Park Boy DNA over here. We got a super funny scene. So this scene, some season 9, there's not that bad. So you see Julian's living here, right? And Julian living here, and then he goes here, and he's, look at himself. The first thing you see.
Why is it 150 degrees in here?
Oh, I know. Isn't it nice, Julian? Come and do some hot yoga with us.
Fucking Randy.
For the body, Julian, it makes you super bad.
Why is that cool? Because Julian still has to deal with the fact that he lost his bar, lost everything that he owns. He now has a shitty place. I don't even allow him to drink, right? I don't even allow it to drink. Now, I want to give special props to Jean-Paul Tremblay. When you look at him, why do you guys notice? Julian doesn't have a drink. Look at his hand. It's like he's still holding a drink. This is muscle memories, and this is really good. And it would be even better if it was in season 8, because he hasn't played Julian in fucking decades. That's actually really cool. We're actually gonna be watching that. So we have Ricky trying to fuck Lucy, but Bubbles come in and has breakfast. This is Bubble being super supportive, super supportive. Bubble is trying to help Ricky, which see, this is kind of like a situation with season 9. You see, too hot. It's okay. I don't mind because we got the turkey. Huh? What? If this guy say I don't mind because he got turkey, I don't mind because I got the cold cooling. Tomorrow, see? Tomorrow, a lot of rain, 7 degrees less. How's that possible? They're saying that I have 2 hours, 17 minutes left to upload a 2 gigs of data. What the fuck? How does that make sense? Make it make sense, people. Please be. Okay, sounds like something cool. What are you doing, Ink? Watching porn. It's okay. The sunset is done. Even if I missed a little bit, we still got a really good sunset, so I'm happy. It's like I was saying, in the worst way possible. This is the problem with Trailer Park Boys. There's a lot of moments that aren't important, but they're important enough to talk about. So, for example, Bubble right here, trying to help Ricky get back into the good graces, but into the park. So the reason why this isn't important is because he doesn't succeed. He fails. However, he still tries. So because he still try, kind of want to applaud him. Kind of want to say, hey, thank you for trying, Bubbles. Right? Is a thank you for trying enough for a mention and a recap or not? Yeah. It's complex. Yeah. So we got Bubbles trying to... Wait, what? You got Bubbles fighting. Again, it's kind of cool because you got Bubbles. This scene is more so about Colonel Leslie being crazy because he scares Bubbles, which is funny because that's usually Leahy's job. You got Julian and Bubbles. Julian is talking about how he wants to leave the park, and he's like, "Yo, this is not the place for me." And Bubbles trying to convince him. Which is cool. We got the police that tells Ricky that he is squatting, which is true. But the nice thing is that Officer George Green is going to arrest them. It's like, you guys want to come back home. So Ricky's like, fuck you, George Green. Bubble is saying to Julian, I can hide some alcohol for you, which kind of works. You got Leahy saying back to Julian, and it's not that important. It's just more. It's just more of reverse psychology. But the reverse psychology stuff, it's good. It's like pepper. It's like salt, actually. The more you put, the worse it is, right? So you got them. They're going to the motel, which is introduction of Tommy Bean. When it comes to shitty characters, Tommy Bean, you can suck a cock. Kind of super shitty, kind of super greasy. However, it is fun because, see, Julian, even by the Trailer Park Boy, is considered greasy. He has a lot of shady deal, but he's very greasy. So when you meet characters like Steinberg, which is the lawyer. Now, Steinberg is a super cool character because you introduce him as him as a character that is not super important in season 9. However, he ends up being super important in season 10. So Tommy Bean ends up being the same kind of characters, and it's kind of funny because we think that Julian is greasy, but when you see Steinberg and when you see Tommy Bean, he's not that greasy. It's like, okay, well, does it matter that I'm greasy when there's a lot of greasier people there? Not really. So we have this, and he's fucking greasy, and he's saying, hey, I want to get the raw vodka. The cool thing is they don't have equity anymore. They don't have cash. So J-Rock's like, yo, I still have money and the raw vodka. The first thing they want to do is they want to get the money. So Julian leaves his car as collateral, which Tommy Bean will completely fucked over. It's kind of nice here. There's a really cool scene. So the first scene is Ricky was saying that he had a job lined up. So we have we do have the kind of like the interview, and it doesn't go well. He doesn't get hired, which is another case of showing that Ricky's a fucking, not a loser, but Ricky won't be able to provide for a stable environment because he has no money. So Julian leaves his car. He gets his car completely stripped down by Tommy. Now this is kind of a cool scene. So what they do is they have ice cream selling truck machine. This is a good way to get it into the park and to hide. Now, the weird thing is you took a scene. That's not me. That's you. You took a scene out of the whole season 9, or 2 episodes in. You took a scene out of the 2 episodes to show me that when T comes in the park, he's getting searched. You have a known felon and Julian, and Leslie doesn't check the bike for alcohol. Yeah, okay. So Julian Bubbles, they go in and they sell some things. Now the fun thing is we meet MC Flurry. Now MC Flurry is a character that I talked about before. I'm rewatching MC Flurry. I'm rewatching this season, and I'm really liking MC Flurry. MC Flurry sends on business. MC Flurry is kind of saying, "Dude, you're being a shitty dad in season 10," and I like that. I like that. And this is the introduction. So it's really cool that we have a kid that's introduced, and then later on, J-Rock, his mom, she comes in, and this is your son. He wants to be a rapper. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish episode 2. I'm gonna go and have myself a little snack. I'm hungry. So we got the rock pile that's helping them. We got Leslie and Leahy sharing war story. Now this is kind of cool because I don't know if Leahy went to war, but it's kind of cool because it established them being in a bond. You guys remember season 8 what I was saying? Establish a bond between Corey and Jacob. That's what they're doing. We have Randy, and Randy once again is like, "Yo, I can't wear this shirt. I'm getting rashes." And then Leslie and him fighting. Now the good thing is that Leahy does stand up for him, which is the whole point of the whole point of season 8. Now it is also a cool thing. Leahy could be defending Randy because he still has feeling for him. Barb is talking about, we got Barb and Sarah. This is also really good because Barb talked about the relationship with Leahy. Why is that really good? Because you don't need to show me the relationship is going well. All you need to do is tell me that it's going well. And this is a scene that replaces a bunch of explaining. We got the boys drinking some vodka. They meet MC Flurry. What else? The cops, they take away the car. It's funny because they take away the car, but the whole thing is a plan from George to just not show a stable environment. Once again, we come back to the park. They strip down Julian's car, which is Tommy, and then they're fighting. Tommy's an asshole, right? He's pretending to play nice, but he's not playing nice. We did see Tommy in season 8, but the season 8 is he's the one that sells he sells a vending machine, and it's like, and he wants money. You can see that he's greasy because Ricky offered him Ash coins. It's like, no, cash. So he's being kind of greasy. We got the establishment of the stable, which plays a lot of part, because it's the introduction of Billy Goat, it's the introduction of the stable. It is Jacob being a father. See, the fun thing is, and that's, again, this is really cool. In season 8, yes, it was talking about the father, but it was also establishing Jacob as a good boyfriend for Trin. Be good enough for Trin. Now we establish if Jacob is good enough to be a father. We got more of Leahy and Leslie being Randy fighting. So it would be good if we didn't see the scene from the same place. We have Billy Goats, which is kind of cool. You got Corey. It's family time. Now the greatest thing about this last scene, which is this one, with they had Billy Goats and they're chilling, is that it's a really cool scene too. It's really, really, really cool. So the scene is what? The scene is Ricky kicks out Corey, and he's like, "This is family time. Corey, fuck off." Which is cool because he didn't tell Jacob to fuck off. So this shows that Ricky considered Jacob to be family. Now, we're gonna stop the video here. I had 2 episodes and 40 minutes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little break, make myself a sandwich, and I'll be right back. Plus, I'm gonna get some lights here, so it'll be good.